aircraft would be unable to function, such as high altitudes or extreme weather. This challenges everything we know about flight and propulsion systems. The Pentagon's 2020 declassification of UFO encounters marked a turning point in the public's understanding of aerial phenomena. This unprecedented release of videos and documents, some of which were captured by military personnel, offered clear evidence that objects were flying in ways that could not be explained by conventional aircraft. Among the most famous of these videos is the Tic Tac footage, showing a fast-moving, oval-shaped object being tracked by military radar and infrared cameras. The Pentagon confirmed the authenticity of these videos and stated that they were being investigated under the purview of a task force dedicated to studying UFO phenomena. The declassification of these materials validated what many had suspected for years, that UFOs were not only real, but that these drones, often reported to exhibit advanced flight characteristics, such as stealthy, coordinated movements and the ability to avoid traditional radar detection, might be part of a larger test of new aerial technologies. Some of these drones could even be deliberately introduced into civilian airspace to study human reactions. UFO sightings and drone activity, according to him, may not be isolated incidents, but part of a coordinated effort to unveil or experiment with technologies that are still beyond the public's understanding. While many may dismiss these assessments without a second thought, there is reason to believe that Greer may be pointing towards something serious. After all, the lack of transparency is for all to see, and it's nothing new either. The military's secrecy around UFOs. For decades, the military and government agencies have systematically downplayed, dismissed, or outright claiming that the debris found at the crash site was simply the wreckage of a weather balloon. This abrupt reversal fueled decades of conspiracy theories and suspicions about the true nature of the incident. To this day, many believe that the military's decision to cover up the event was not based on national security, but on a desire to conceal the presence of extraterrestrial technology or beings. For much of the 20th century, UFO sightings and encounters were met with official dismissals, often framed as the result of misidentifications, weather phenomena, or hoaxes. The military's insistence on downplaying the significance of UFO sightings, even when they were reported by credible witnesses such as trained pilots, only deepened public skepticism about the government's willingness to be transparent. The reluctance to acknowledge the existence of UFOs also fostered a culture of secrecy within military circles, where UFO-related information was classified and kept from the public eye. In recent years, the military's response to UFO sightings remains less than forthcoming. The release of classified Pentagon information was carefully controlled, and much of the material remained heavily redacted or incomplete. Additionally, there has been little in the way of full public disclosure regarding the scope of the military's knowledge on the subject. One of the most compelling and widely discussed UFO encounters occurred in 2004, when US Navy pilots aboard the USS Princeton and USS Nimitz encountered a mysterious object off the coast of California. The object, later dubbed the Tic Tac UFO due to its shape, was tracked on radar and visually observed by several experienced pilots. The UFO displayed flight characteristics that were unlike anything the pilots had ever seen, including instantaneous acceleration, the ability to hover in place, and sudden changes in direction. Despite the extraordinary nature of the encounter, the military's response was cautious and subdued. The incident was not made public until years later. UFO sightings and identifying potential threats to national security. The revelation of AA-TIP was groundbreaking, as it confirmed that the US military had been actively investigating UFOs for years, despite the lack of public acknowledgement. The program's existence also raised questions about the government's long-standing efforts to conceal information about UFOs and the true nature of these phenomena. The government's role in keeping this information hidden remains a central issue in the ongoing debate about UFOs and their place in our world. So, are we alone out there? Well, maybe not, and maybe these recent drone sightings are indeed connected with previous UFO sightings. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Instead, we can take a rational approach. What do the academics tell us? Scientific speculation on extraterrestrial life. Over the decades, various methods have been proposed to estimate the number of extraterrestrial civilizations that could exist, with the most life developing on such planets. It also considers factors such as the longevity of civilizations capable of interstellar communication and the likelihood that they would attempt to make contact. The equation helped frame the search for extraterrestrial life in scientific terms and gave it a quantitative approach. It is important to note, however, that many of the variables in the Drake equation remain uncertain, which is why estimates for the number of civilizations in the galaxy range from a few to millions. But it did provide the scientific community with a foundation to engage in serious, evidence-based discussions about extraterrestrial life. One of the most significant developments as a result of this approach has been the continued use of radio telescopes to search for signals that could indicate extraterrestrial intelligence. This ongoing search, known as the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence or SETI, involves scanning the cosmos for electromagnetic signals that suggest intelligent origin, has made the question of extraterrestrial life more pressing than ever. As our understanding of the universe and the potential for life within it deepens, there has been a significant shift in the tone of scientific inquiry regarding extraterrestrial life. With the discoveries of countless exoplanets, moons with potential subsurface oceans, and growing evidence that life can thrive in extreme environments on Earth, the conversation has shifted from if we'll make contact to when we will make contact. But what if a more advanced civilization was studying us like we're studying Mars? Could this explain the drones? Well, let's first take the official view into account. Where did these drones come from? The official story. New Jersey Republican Representative Jeff Van Drew stirred controversy when he suggested that the drones might be emanating from an Iranian mothership positioned somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. This bold assertion drew attention, given that these drones have any foreign origin. These agencies have insisted that there is no evidence linking the drones to any foreign powers, including Iran and China. However, the issue of drones flying near sensitive locations has raised other security concerns. In one high-profile incident, a 39-year-old Chinese national, Yin Piaozhou, was arrested on November 30th for flying a drone over the Vandenberg Space Force Base in Northern California. Zhou had reportedly taken photos of the facility, which led to his arrest just before he was about to board a flight to China. While this particular case brought attention to the use of drones for surveillance near military sites, authorities have made it clear that there is no indication that this event is related to the surge in drone sightings along the East Coast. The arrest of Zhou appears to be an isolated incident. While the US government insists that there is no foreign involvement, the question remains, who or what is behind the mysterious drone activity? Actually lead to widespread safety concerns, especially in urban areas where drones may be operating near air traffic or critical infrastructure. Nonetheless, some lawmakers, such as Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut, have voiced strong support for more aggressive measures, suggesting that shooting down the drones might be the only way to put an end to the mysterious flyovers. The Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, has issued a stern warning to drone operators, making it clear that any unsafe or dangerous drone operations would not go unpunished. The FAA emphasized that violators could face hefty fines of up to $75,000 and the potential revocation of their drone pilot certificates. While these measures are aimed at maintaining safety and order in US airspace, the question remains, will they be enough to restore confidence in the system, or will the drones continue to spark controversy and concern until more definitive answers are provided? But what if the drones are about the future? What does the military's ongoing secrecy really mean? Could new revelations change humanity's understanding of its place in the universe? And perhaps most intriguingly, how would the world respond to the discovery of extraterrestrial technology or life itself? The future of this secrecy and its eventual unraveling will likely hinge on both political will and the evolving capabilities of scientists and researchers. If the military continues to withhold information, it may only be a matter of time before independent researchers, whistleblowers, and advancements in technology force a confrontation with the truth. The growing number of public UFO sightings, coupled with the US military's more recent attempts to acknowledge UFOs, has led many to wonder whether new disclosures could mark the beginning of a dramatic revelation about extraterrestrial life. For the first time, the possibility that these UFOs could be extraterrestrial or represent advanced foreign technology gained traction. The notion of origins of these UFOs It could change the way we look at everything. Such disclosures could fundamentally alter the course of human history, offering irrefutable proof that humanity is not alone in the universe. This possibility has spurred greater scientific and philosophical inquiry into the nature of extraterrestrial life, its potential technological advancements, and how contact might occur in the future. Would these revelations be a game changer? Many believe they would, reshaping humanity's understanding of its place in the cosmos and forever altering the trajectory of civilization. Many government officials, past and present, have suggested that the truth is being hidden for the sake of national security, to prevent panic, or to protect military technologies that could be undermined by the public release of this information. There are also concerns that premature disclosure could have severe societal and geopolitical repercussions, shaking the foundations of global power structures, religious beliefs, and scientific institutions. But the